Okay, good evening everybody. Today I'll be doing three parts of three videos where I'll show you and introduce to you how to tackle a question called assertion. This is the agenda of the videos. In video number 1, I'll introduce to you this new SBCS skill called assertion and why it is extremely important. In video number 2, I'll teach you how to answer the question and how to gather the necessary information to piece them together. And then in video number 3, I will use two sources to demonstrate to you how I can craft a model answer together. So for this video, I need you to refer to your assertion modeling worksheet. You can find it probably via a link that your teacher sent to you or the file that they have sent to you. So let's see. The title of the worksheet should be assertion, and then the topic at hand would be how will the GST hike impact Singapore? Okay, refer to the correct worksheet. So let me just talk about what is an assertion question. An assertion question is one that appears in every single, an assertion question is a skill that appears in every single SS paper, and it comprises of 10 marks out of the 50 marks of your paper. In other words, if you master this skill, it means that you can possibly score up to 20% of your SS paper. This is extremely essential, of course, because it takes up a big proportion of your grade, and also important because this skill is repeated in every paper. If you happen to master it, you can almost guarantee yourself a possibly good grade for your entire SS paper. So this is why an assertion question is important. So let me just introduce to you what an assertion question is. An assertion question is always the part 1E of your SS paper where they will give you a statement to answer to. This statement is related to the topic that's being discussed in the paper, and it requires you to use the sources and then answer to this statement. In this case, the question at hand is, the GST hike is the best solution to finance Singapore's increasing expenses. The question tells you, using the sources in the case study. So you have to use the sources in the case study. Explain how far you agree to the statement. So for you to answer to any assertion question, you will need to look at this given statement and then dissect this so that you can answer to it. You need to look for sources that tells you whether they agree or not with the statement. So it's either you have sources that tell you, I agree with the statement that the GST hike is the best solution, to finance Singapore's increasing expenses. Or you need to use sources to argue on the opposite end that I do not agree with the statement that GST hike is the best solution to finance Singapore's increasing expenses. Okay, so this takes us to the end of the first video. I've told you about what's an assertion question. It is a 10 marks skill type that will always come out in your SS paper, so it is essential that you master and tackle it properly. To answer such a question, I always look at question 1E of any paper. I will be given a statement to answer to. In this case, the GST hike is the best solution to finance Singapore's increasing expenses. You are supposed to use the sources in the paper, meaning sources A to E. Use them and see whether they agree with the statement. So in the next video, I'll show you how can we look at the sources and using their evidences and information to see whether my source agrees with the statement or my source does not agree with the statement. Please check video number 2 for a demonstration of how to search for all this information.